Hello everyone, this is Pico Entertainment and we are back again. I'm now going to talk tennis now and do my quick thoughts and reviews of the semi-finals lineup now that we know the participants for both the men's side and the women's side. So I'm just going to give my overall reactions and predictions and who I deem will go through to the finals on both the men's and women's sides of the draw. So if we look at the men's side now, we know that the first semi-final will be Novak Djokovic against Aslan Karastev. Very surprising here because we all thought that Grigor Dimitrov for sure was going to win this match. He was my prediction pick when I did my quarterfinals lineup, and you can also catch that video on my channel as well. But I thought that Grigor Dimitrov would have been too experienced and too skilled for Aslan, but I was proven wrong on that debate. So he will face off against Djokovic. He came through his match against Zverev. You know, Djokovic, at the end of the day, I think he was to an extent, you know, his high standard, but I think highlighted again the mental or the lack of mental toughness within Alexander Zverev. You know, he was up so many times in that match, so many times he was breaking serve. He was 4-1 up, I believe, in the third set, and I believe he was 3-1 up in the fourth set, and he just couldn't see it through despite having that big serve. So once again, I think it left a lot of desire in terms of Zverev, and maybe if he can't get through these advantages and take the upper hand in matches when he has them, then he's not going to progress through and win the majors that he designs to win. You know, we saw this again with TM, didn't we, in the US Open final when he was 2 sets up and even up in the final tiebreaker and still couldn't see it through. So I think a lot of soul search to do for Alexander Zverev, but I fully expect Djokovic to win this one, maybe 4 sets. If he's still carrying any kind of hindrance, as he supposedly alluded to, whether it's an abominable tear, but I still expect Djokovic to come through in 4 sets on that side of the draw. So now we come through to the second semi-final, and now we confirm that it will be Medvedev against Stefanos Tsitsipas. Medvedev came through straight sets against Rublev, no particular problems on these, looking very strong, looking very consistent with his form and his fitness as well, Medvedev, and I believe now that's 11-0 against the top 10 players, so he strikes that consistency. It's just whether he can pull it through and actually come through for the semi-finals and finals. And now we goes up against Tsitsipas, and by the time I do this video on this date, we're just coming off that massive roller coaster in that 5-set epic against Nadal when he came back from 2 sets down to beat Rafa in 5 sets. Now, yes, I understand there's going to be a lot of euphoria and excitement over Tsitsipas coming back from 2 sets down. And yeah, you always have to respect a player who is down by 2 sets and manages to come back and overcome and pull through the victory in 5 sets. But I think we have to be realistic here. Rafa threw this game away. He threw this match away. You know, if you actually watch the match, the whole entirety of it, for 2 sets and a bit, Rafa was all over Tsitsipas. He was completely dominating him. He was just more consistent. His serving was excellent, particularly in the second set when he had that consistent run when he nearly won all of his games to love. And, you know, he was serving so good on his first serve. Hardly troubled at all, very consistent with his shot making, and it just seemed it was only a matter of time before Rafa pulled through. And then we got to that tiebreaker, and then he had that overhead smash that he missed, and I don't know why. It changed the complete complexion of the whole match, and Rafa was making errors at crucial times. And then obviously this elevated Tsitsipas, and his level went up considerably in the next 2 sets. And yeah, it was a real dogfight, and Rafa just couldn't pull it through, and he was just losing crucial points at big points. So well done to Tsitsipas, but I think Rafa really threw that match away, and you just wonder if he'll ever win at Australia. You know, he's given away, I think, these major opportunities. If you go by last year against TM, you know, another match Rafa was up, and he should have won that match, and he ended up losing. So I'm not sure whether he's going to win Australia. You never know. I mean, Roger came back to win it, both at 37 years old. So there's still hope for Rafa, but I just think, you know, if it's not going to be now, I don't think he'll ever win it again, which is sad because I think, you know, he should deserve to win on Australian Open once again. But Tsitsipas came through, so we're going to get the second semi between Medvedev and Tsitsipas. I believe I'm going to go for Medvedev. So I expect Medvedev to come through in 4 sets. I just think he'll be the fresher take. More experience, he's got more stamina, and he'll be able to pull through. And I think Stefanos will take a lot out of him in the 4 sets that will come to play. So I think Djokovic will come through in 4 sets, and also Medvedev will come through in 4 sets, and we'll get a Djokovic-Medvedev final. That's what I believe will take place within the 4th spot within the men's semi-finals. So then we go on to the women's quickly, and the first semi-final we have for the women's will be Jennifer Brady against Karolina Muchova. We were all shocked and surprised when Muchova beat Ashley Barty. In 3 sets, she lost the first set 6-1, but then she came back to win the 2 sets fairly comfortably. So that was a bit of a shocker. So who knows in this match? I can't really tell you any form or prediction going ahead in this match, but I think it will be probably Jennifer Brady that goes through to the final. Again, we don't know. We get many surprises in the women's draw, and I've commented in many videos before. So this could be a 3-setter, it could be a straight 2-setter. We don't know yet. So I'm probably going to go for Brady in this pick for the women's first semi-final, but again, it could be anyone's to pick within this match. Now, of course, the biggest match, and probably now the biggest match within the tournament, is the semi-final blockbuster between Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka. We all know the history between the two. This is about the biggest match within the women's game, and I think it's because, of course, Serena still remains the biggest superstar within the game, but also the fact that eventually there has to be somebody that picks up the baton from Serena and become the next dominant superstar. And I think for a couple of years now, everybody's looked towards Naomi Osaka to take on that mantle. We all know the history between the two, following, of course, the controversial US Open final in 2018. Naomi Osaka's done well to bounce back. She's won the Australian Open again. She's won the US Open again. So we always look at this matchup as a crossover in terms of the generational. You know, Serena being the old guard at 40 years old, and Osaka being the new superstar, supposedly ready to be dominant at the top of the women's game. So this is always going to be a significant matchup. It's always going to get a lot of viewers and fans interested and hyped up. So in terms of the matchup, I'm probably going to go for Osaka. I just think she's got the experience now. She's been there, she's done it. She's faced Serena many times before. She won't be nervous, she won't be shy. I think she's playing very well. She played a very good match in a victory over Gabrielle Muguruza in recent matches within the tournament as well. So I think she's fit, she's in her prime, she's experienced enough. You know, she's just going to keep the rallies long, she's going to keep getting the ball back deep enough. I think she's going to get enough returns on Serena's serve to keep Serena frustrated, after which she's not winning points very easily. So that'll be the key in that match. And I think Serena will try to be aggressive. She has to really play first strike tennis. Serving has to be a paramount level, you know, lots of aces, unreturnables, get the points won quickly, get the rally shorter, so that will save her if it indeed goes to a third set. But I just think eventually Naomi will just hang tough and just keep Serena moving across the court. You know, you've really got to test Serena's mobility because she's at this older age now, so keep moving her from side to side. Keep getting the balls deep, get the serves back, and I think Serena will eventually get frustrated at not being able to win the points quickly. And this is where I think Naomi will pull through successfully, probably in 2 very tightly contested sets. But I wouldn't be overall surprised if Serena does put it out of the bag, because it is Serena and she's experienced enough. She's been through this so many times, she's won this tournament so many times, she knows what she's doing. And as I've commented in previous videos, she's looking much fitter, much sharper, and she's had very good performances throughout this tournament as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Serena emerged victorious, but overall I believe Naomi Osaka will come through in 2 sets, and we will get a women's final between Naomi Osaka and Jennifer Brady. So those are my thoughts and feelings on the predictions for the semi-finals of the Australian Open 2021. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What were your verdict on the quarterfinal matches that we see? Did you think that Rafa threw it away like I did? Or did you think it was an amazing comeback from Tsitsipas? Who do you think will win the semi-finals of the men's and women's side of the draw? Will Serena overcome Osaka and get through to the final and win the tournament and finally get that 24th Grand Slam that we're all eager to see her win and obtain the title of greatest of all time overall? So those are my thoughts. Please hit those like and comment and subscribe buttons and notifications, so I can provide more high quality content for you in the long run. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, stay at safe distances, and I will see you very soon.